It is 7 a.m. Monday morning, and you know what that means? The coffee's hot. The traffic, unfortunately, in Los Angeles is also probably hot. The Rams are going to be hot this year. It's officially football season. My name is Tuna. I have a podcast, and so does my co-host, the Sheriff, Joe Baggs. He also has a podcast. You know what we do together? We combine
Podcast.
forces like some anime. It's like some anime superheroes, and we make another podcast because that's what guys in their 30s do, especially if you love Los Angeles Rams. We are here in the morning, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to talk football. Good morning, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely incredible, dude. Spoiler alert on our sweet announcement there, by the way. We are officially under a new schedule. And that is Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings here until probably just eternity, right? I mean, the plan is that that the Rams continue playing until February, so at least until then. We're officially in season schedule as far as Tuna and the Sheriff goes. So again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, 7 a.m. Ram time. You can catch us. We are officially into the Rams Showcase full season schedule as well. So that's actually going to be coming out Wednesdays from here on out as the season goes on. So, and then Tuna, your schedule is chaos, man. I don't know if I can.
It's not that bad. Kind of do everything on Mondays. Get scheduled out for the week. Just one video on Tuesday and keep it pushing, man. We're rolling.
Heck yeah, dude. And the good news is there you can never have too much Rams content. So that's what's fun about it. And plenty of speaking of Ram content, plenty to get into. So man, we had a final preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. Rams are certainly not the topic coming out of that game, but we had some really good stuff from our end there. The sacks were absolutely awesome. I love to see the crew just getting after it and just having a good time. That was fun, man.
It speaks volumes. Like if your third and fourth string guys are just getting after it and hungry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons. Your system works really well. The culture in that room for the defense and the defensive line is really good. And guys are fighting for spots. Like guys are fighting.
Totally.
Although what I will say is, I mean, they lost. Couldn't get it done. Season's over. Sell the team.
So
lost to one of the 8 Cleveland Browns quarterbacks that seemed to play that day. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I'm glad this isn't Brown Showcase. I can tell you that right now because our topics would be so frustrating. So. The good news is, man, is like our starters and the bulk of our roster has been set. So like we didn't even see most guys. We had a whole grip of dudes not even go out to Ohio for this one, man. They're like, nah, you be all right out there. So that was pretty cool, man. And overall, I think we saw some really good stuff, man. Some good things out there. I want to mention this one, man. We were talking last week at the end of last week about like how many inside linebackers we're gonna keep. That's how we said it too. A little rasp in our voice and everything. And then Sean Dolak patted but not playing, and it was like, what? Hey, I was Leo. They're like, what was that? They're like, oh man. So it's what. Sean Brolak, he's sticking around. Love to see it, man. 2 years in a row, back-to-back years. Rams pick up a UDFA inside linebacker, and they kick a bunch of butt cheeks in the preseason and find a way to stick around, man. Absolutely love it, dude. What are you feeling about Sean Dolak right now?
I know a lot of fans were clamoring back in March and April for, hey, fix the inside linebacker position. I don't know why some fans think that coaches aren't aware of what the defense's deficiencies are. Like, hey, relax, we got it. Because we know we're going to pick up a undrafted free agent, like undersized guy who's going to be pissed off and come in and be our death piece. And I'm a big fan of I have a rule in football. Players get better or they get worse. They don't just stay the same. This isn't Madden where like, damn, my guy is still an 86 after last season. Like, no, in real life, guys get better or they get worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think Omar Spates is going to be better from last year. Now we got Nate Landman. And like you said, we got Sean Dolak. Sean Dolak is making the roster. It hasn't officially been said, but there's a lot of hints, like you said, that he's made the roster. and that's awesome. That's badass.
When
Great
Sean kind of said it in not so many words of like, like on his sideline stuff.
He all but went.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like, he gave us everything except for like an actual yes. Sean Dolak is on the roster. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I love to see it, dude. It's absolutely awesome. I don't think it's necessarily that indicative that Pooh was still playing in that game when Sean was pulled. I really do think that Pooh is just like it's hard to explain what happened with Pooh and coming into this roster because he got drafted, yes, which is something that Sean Dolak did not do. But I think we all kind of knew right away. It's like where he was drafted. It's like, yeah, he's got the talent to have been drafted before that, and he's got the talent to develop into a really strong player. But I think that where he was drafted and all that stuff, I think we kind of knew going in. It's like he's still raw. He's still like he's got to develop. So I just think like I don't think it's an indicator on Pooh that anything was. I think it was just reps. You know what I mean? So
I was gonna say that he missed out like I think most of the first week of training camp. He had I can't remember if it was an ankle or calf, something like that. It wasn't anything serious, but he did miss a few days and missed a bunch of reps. So hey, let's throw him out there. Let's get him caught up a little bit. And I think it's more indicative for him because he probably won't play special teams as much as Dolek, I would assume. I don't know, but now everyone's scenario is different. Just because you're playing deep into the final preseason game, like De'Aaron Kendrick was out there too.
Yeah,
but again, he missed last year. He's getting in football shape. Like everyone's situation is different.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like Cheeky Metro says, man, feeling good about the linebackers this year. I'm absolutely with it, man. And Chris, we go with Brolak, the nickname, dude. That's if I can add Bro in, I mean, if it was like a different situation, I call him Sean Jolak. So you know what I mean, like it's whatever. Brolak that's a fire nickname. For a 56 inside linebacker, just like last year, we had Bros Boom. So you know what, man? You can't go wrong with
I'm tired of this timeline already.
Oh man, you should hear my coworkers. Yeah, so it's and the single T coming in. Can we take a second to acknowledge that when we have McVay, we always have a chance, and that's beautiful.
That's brutal.
F Jeff Fisher.
Hey, baby. If you don't like us at 7-9, you ain't gonna like us at 8-8.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of here, man. Yeah.
Jeff Fisher way.
Absolutely love it, dude. So, yeah, man. Dolak, obviously, we're feeling really good about him, man. And I think last year I saw at least, I had like many surprises make the roster, and a lot of those were in the secondary. A lot of those were the UDFA's in the secondary. I'm talking McCullough, Woods, Wallace, like stuff like that that I was kind of surprised made the roster. And maybe I shouldn't have been, but it was kind of like I just thought that whatever. But this year, man, it doesn't feel like we should have that many surprises. But will we? That's the hard part, man. The wide receiver spot is boggling my brain, man. I don't know how to wrap my head around what we're gonna do there.
What do you mean?
I think we have got some really, really good young pieces right at the tail end of that depth chart where it's like, how many do you keep? Because I feel like if we keep 6, we already know those guys. I don't think it's impossible we keep more. I feel like we keep 4 tight ends now. It feels like Davis Allen's sticking around. I don't know, man. There's a lot of things going on in the weaponry on the offensive side, man. I'm trying to settle on something. I haven't done it yet. What are you feeling?
I think it's purely 6. Like wide receiver is right there with quarterback for me. Of like I feel like I know for sure it's 6. I know what 6 they are. My only question for me is what to do with Brendan Presley. Did a lot of good things. I think he had the highest explosive play rate of all wide receivers.
Look good.
He looked really good and made a lot of good plays, especially that game saving mossing 2 guys on the Hail Mary against the Chargers last weekend.
Fire. That was awesome.
Like I use that picture as a thumbnail and I still don't understand it. Like you look at it, it makes no sense how he caught it. Like they had 2 different Chargers had the ball in their hands. But anyways, if they put him on the practice squad, that means they like him a lot. Eric Yarber has a lot of pull, a lot of say in this organization. And if there's a guy that he likes, a la Xavier Smith, who they've kept around for 2 off seasons before really having him as a prominent role. They're not afraid to put a guy on the practice squad and develop him. But if they do that, they like him a lot. So I don't know if they feel really good about it. That means you could probably expect to see Brendan Presley next season as well. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that absolutely checks out, I would say. And then the tight end room, man, it's feeling like Davis Allen is gonna stick around. And we do have some for lack of a better term here, fat to trim off at that spot. I think we're rolling like 7 or 8 right now on the roster. So it's like, yeah, we got some. We're gonna see some tight ends.
Yeah,
sure, but,
they had a lot of camp bodies. They had a lot of camp bodies.
Yeah, Mark absolutely.
Mark Redmond looked good last weekend too.
He did, man. But that's also like kind of where my brain goes to, like, they wanted to keep all those guys good. Like they wanted, like, obviously we weren't going to see Higbee. Parkey didn't make an appearance. We saw Ferg, which, by the way, I mean, if that was like a little tiny flavor, a little appetizer of what we're about to get in the regular season, I'm fired up about it, man. Ferguson is going to be awesome. That's cool as hell. And then Davis Allen as well, man. So I mean, are you feeling all those 4? Am I going cuckoo?
I'm right there. I'm right there with 4. Again, special teams needs. I think Davis Allen plays. I got to go back and look at all 22, but I'm assuming he's a prominent role to help on special teams. He's very smart. They love him a lot. He's kind of, and no disrespect to Troy Reader and the Troy Reader haters, but he's kind of the Troy Reader for the offense. It's like you could they like things that he does. He's around there. He knows the system really well. I don't think this guy's ever going to go away. So Davis Allen's here to stay. And we haven't, through preseason, obviously they're not going to show up, but even in camp, like, didn't really see a lot of 12 personnel, no 13 personnel. Maybe they busted out heavy come season. Maybe there's a lot of run game and we just haven't seen it yet. So I think it's 4. I think it's 4.
Absolutely, man. But then, so you're looking 4 tight ends, 6 wideouts. I mean, you're 10 deep. You need 53 total. I mean, that already, just your weaponry for the gunslinger out here is it's taking up a solid chunk, a solid percentage here. We're looking at, that's 20% of the roster. You know what I mean? So running back, do you think that is a position that takes less numbers due to the higher numbers at others?
That is kind of weird. I don't think it's 4. I think Schrader, as much as he looks fun, and I think he has earned himself a practice squad spot. Like, if you're only going to keep 3 running backs in the roster, you got to have that 4th one on practice squad. Yeah. And we didn't see any Ronnie Rivers. We know what Ronnie Rivers brings. Like, he is a plug and play. They're comfortable with him. But dude, Schrader can even do special teams. Like, he looked good on kick return. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'm trending towards that as well. That the Rams are going to keep 3 on active, and then have at least one of those guys on practice squad. I don't think it's impossible that we see like Schrader and Rivers. But I also don't think it's impossible that that one of those guys can maybe get snagged up, man, because that's also a whole other conversation of like, yeah, you trimmed a 53, but there might be a player cut that you're like, he actually fits in perfect with us, and we're going to go get him, and. Yeah, we've seen that in the past, so I don't think that's impossible that we try to make a move like that. But 3 running backs with Hunter, Corum, and K-Dub. I think that makes perfect sense, man. So I wouldn't be surprised about that.
I have I gotta save my prediction for week 1 because based on this running game that we're talking about, I have a bold prediction. Nice. We'll get to that when we start talking regular season pregame talk. We're almost there,
dude. Hell yeah,
we're almost there. Well, I won't get off topic. Somebody yelled at me last week. I won't get off topic. So I think where some of the numbers get look trim to on the roster is probably the cornerback room. I think they'll only keep 6, even though there's 8 guys that deserve to be.
I think it could be less.
It might be because of how they designate corner, nickelback, and safety. Quentin Lake and McCullough are DBs. They're not corners or safeties. They're a specific role. Yeah. So that eliminates, those guys aren't playing slot as much because it's those guys. I don't know what to do about that position. I keep going back and forth. AJ Green showed a lot of good stuff too. Does Sean Jolly make it? Everyone's clamoring for Tanner Ingle, but I don't think he makes it. What do you think? What do you think on Ingle? Like, I was going to ask you about that.
I like Ingle, man. I've liked Ingle for a while though. I mean, I think for the last preseason too, you could see that he was throwing his body around there and stuff like that. And this one was like this game against the Browns. It was like, dude, guys, stop running to him, man. Like it's like he's gonna ruin life. Excuse me. So,
have you seen? There's a content creator that does voiceovers on animals. Have you seen the Cram guy?
No, I have no idea what that means.
So there's a lot of videos where there's like a little ram or a little sheep. They do the headbutting, the little goats, and every time he does, his voiceover goes Cram, like very nonchalant, but it's funny because he's hitting stuff, and that's what I heard in my head every time Tanner Ingle was gonna go hit someone this preseason. Cram, like just stop going to him. He's like little Bob Sanders. He's hitting everything.
There was one of them too, like late in the game, where like the dude like stopped and then got blasted by Tanner Ingle. Like it's almost like he saw 34 and froze. Was like crap. Like I love that one. I think I was like his last big hit of the day, man. But I don't know. You might be right there. I mean, I talked about it on last week's episode of Rams Showcase. It's like we're going to see things even in the final preseason game where you're like, oh, this guy's got to make it because of this, and that guy will get cut because it's like it's just a numbers game. And as the game was going on, that's exactly where my brain was going of like, oh, Tanner Ingle is on fire today, but where does he fit in? Like, who is he overtaking to stick around? Who is not sticking around so that he can? And those names were just like, no, it's like he's not going to jump McCullough because of a big hits in the preseason game, like stuff like that. So, yeah, man, it was awesome. I do think he's absolutely a practice squad guy, unless he does get snagged by somebody else, which I don't think is impossible. There's a lot of needy teams out there, man. We're a pretty loaded roster right now. We're cutting good players, so I do think that there's a lot of guys that we want to keep on practice squad or whatever, and kind of be able to keep them around. But I think that we have many guys. If I had to say, I think that the Rams are probably a team that gets picked at the most from our cuts. Just a guess.
I think so. I think them as well as the Ravens and the Commanders. I think both of them, whoever they get cut, it's just well-coached teams. They draft well. They pick up late draft additions really well. I know that first wave went through. We can talk about some of those names and just announce them, but I do want to tell people because I got unfamiliar with it with the long off season. Practice squad, if you guys don't know or don't remember, they can protect 4 people. Mm-hmm. So they can protect 4 people on their practice squad to not get poached by someone else, or to like, hey, we got them on the team. That gives some protections and securities for that player as well.
Yeah.
But it's in that process. This process right now from going, all right, we have to have someone clear waivers before we designate them to practice squad. That tiny window right there, I believe they can get poached and they can negotiate with another team. So it's who makes that little boat ride over from the mainland to the cruise ship of practice squad, of like who survives that who's on that raft to get there.
We're just the little baby sea turtles, man, trying to get over the beach, man. That's all.
Yes, the sea turtles.
But there's also, I'll say that there is like that little unwritten rule in the NFL where like certain guys like when it's blatantly obvious that like you waived a player that you blatantly want back on your practice squad, there is some like unwritten thing of like, just let him clear waivers, man. Let him go back to that team. Like blatantly, like don't snag that guy. You know what I mean? Like that does happen from time to time. So Danny coming in the comments here saying, does Ingle make the 53? We did just discuss Ingle. We both have predicted no, but anything's possible.
Yeah.
Let's run over this list real quick, man. Tight end McAllen Castles, he was a late addition. I think that makes total sense. Safety Malik Dixon Williams, just Dixon on the jersey. I think that's noteworthy. We keep calling him Dixon Williams. Ben Dooley on the offensive line. Decarius Hawthorne, sick name. John LeGlue added just this week. Mike McAllister added back this week and is now cut. Josh Piercy, defensive lineman. Dejon Terry, Trey Wedig on the offensive line, and then quarterback Dresser Wynn, who started this entire. My bad. I didn't even. I was just reading.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
And then of course, Tony Fields as well. On that one,
the Tony Fields one was that just for the contract language because he was probably owed stuff as a
Yeah,
veteran.
probably. Yeah, there's something there. But Dresser win, I don't think it's impossible that he got snagged somewhere, but I mean, he is what he is, man. We kind of knew what to expect there, that he was coming in to pretty much play this game. So
He'll probably be a camp body, or not camp body, practice squad body, just as the
he could
emergency
be.
quarterback. Yeah, he might be an emergency fourth quarterback just to have in the Rams orbit.
Mhm.
I mean, didn't he play in the UFL? Didn't he? He did some good things. So I mean, someone wants him. McAllen Castle, yeah, another camp body. The one that surprised me, I thought Darius Hawthorne would be a little bit more serious in the conversation for some snaps here and there.
Yeah.
I'll be not surprised if he comes back on practice squad, but this is a very like non-controversial list. Like these were guys I probably expected to get waived.
Yeah, I mean, and no disrespect to anybody, obviously, but like, yeah,
No.
like Leglue and McAllister, like they were added this week, and it's like they were to play this game. So, yeah, man, that's our list so far. I mean, but we are kind of anticipating that that we could get pretty much the rest of our names today. I don't feel like the Rams are going to push deadline on this, which is due tomorrow. That's when you have to be down to your 53. I don't think that we push deadline on this one, though. Danny also had saying, I have a feeling AJ Green is going to show out this season. Maybe wherever he is, that is the case. I do anticipate him being cut this year. I don't think he sticks onto our roster, Danny. Yeah. But yeah, he's a good player.
I'm perusing the airwaves, seeing if we're missing anything in case they decide to do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, my phone usually blows up right when things happen. I try to just get it. I have to get it just on my phone because there's still not a way to inject Rams news directly in my veins. So we're still working on that, but I feel like we're close. I feel like we're close, man.
You want a contact lens that just feeds you a news cycle the whole time.
So funny. I'll be at work and then like my boss will be talking to me and my phone will light up. I'm like, oh, K-Dub just signed. And I'll like pick up my phone. It's like, dude, hey, blatantly, like this is not
hold. I don't care if I'm on the clock. You hold the fuck up. Relax.
Yeah, so Rams are the only thing I've ever loved in this planet. All right, first of all, that's this is like my wife calling. All right, I have to take this.
Dude.
Yeah.
And speaking of roster spots, though, the one thing that stood out, a lot of people were talking about, because there's not really anything controversial. There's not anything like crazy happening around the Rams right now. Everything's kind of status quo, which is good because we could look across the league. And speaking of the team that we just beat, and not to make it the Browns conversation, but there's a lot of this is just constantly like nonsense you got to talk about. You got to talk about like, there's 4 quarterbacks. 1, who's starting. 2, how long is the starter going to be there? Just 2 rookies. You still got the Deshaun Watson contract. Compared to what Rams fans have to worry about, like on a yearly basis, you don't have those things. We're sitting here talking about, can Stetson Bennett play in the league in general? Like, there's no questions on the pecking order on things, and it's kind of nice. But the only thing, I guess, Kevin Demoff on Good Morning Football, we talked about this is the most talented team we've had since we've been in Los Angeles. Do you feel that way?
You know what? As he was saying that, like my brain went to immediately, like, I was like, dude, I don't know. That 21 team was stacked, but also that was stacked over the course of the year. Like Von Miller added late, like OBJ added late, stuff like that. So I would say that, I mean, that team was talented as hell, man. But this one, I would say he's probably right. And it's because we have so many guys that we're just like, it's like, I mean, we're kind of loaded everywhere. Like if you try to pick out like the Rams' weak position, there's an argument to be made. You know what I mean? Like it, depending on who you ask, is kind of what that position group kind of falls to. Some people will say corner, some people will still say inside linebacker, some people will say tight end. So I think that from top to bottom, and looking at it that way, I think that this is the most talented team the Rams have had. So, I mean, yeah, if like I know that like the calling cards out there are like, well, if Stafford can't go, then whatever. Like if Jimmy needs to throw the ball to all of these weapons, I feel like we'll be okay. You know what I mean? So
Don't get me started on Jimmy G again. I feel like we've moved past that conversation since Matthew Stafford's clone is out there slinging the rock for us. Yeah, it feels like I always get worried because things always feel so good, and then you're one injury to a spot away where you get concerned. But I don't feel that this year because even at the quote unquote weakest positions, like on paper, who's behind them? There's like an exciting rookie. Talking about inside linebackers. Oh no, like if let's say Nate Landman tweaks an ankle, like knock on wood, this never happens to any guy, and no one ever gets injured. But who comes in? Like, oh damn, we get to see Pooh Paul. Like, oh damn, we get to see some Sean Dolak. Like, it's kind of exciting. Same with the DBs, same with the offensive line. It's exciting. Like there's so much. I just need football to start.
I'm definitely getting to that point now where it's like it's been talked about so much. Like we've obviously been talking about so much, and I think the buildup, excuse me, is for this season specifically. I think that this is something we haven't felt in a couple of years, and I'm speaking specifically of that 21 year. I actually went back and was looking at like the titles of all my podcasts from that year and like into the preseason and stuff like that, and it was like, damn, we kind of knew, like we kind of felt it. And then I'm excited, excuse me again, for that first drive, because when we took on the Bears and Stafford hits Jefferson deep for that touchdown, I mean, I've said it before. That's when Fort Minor starts playing, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh crap, like this is gonna be so sick. Like the Thunderstruck riff is playing in my head. It's the second that ball's caught, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be one of those years. Like it was just sick, man. Like, and obviously we had that little lull there in November, but turned it around, and it was absolutely awesome, man. So yeah, I mean, that's
ain't no Lombardi's giving out in November. Shout out to my boy Uncle Dad. But when that ball was in the air to Van Jefferson at the start of 21, all I hear is "There goes my hero." Yeah. like everyone in SoFi shed a tear. It's like so beautiful.
And you could just kind of feel it. Like at that moment, it was like, oh, this one's different. This year's different. Like you could just tell. And it's like, I can't remember exactly what year it was. Might have been 2012. Whatever year we played Philly week 1. First play of the game, 46-yard touchdown run from Steven Jackson. And it was like, yeah, like I'm losing my mind. First offensive play of the season, but he tweaked his hammy on it. And it was like, oh,
feels real bad, man.
And then it was some year around that as well. I want to say it was the first play of the year, first offensive play of the year as well, that Orlando Pace tore his rotator cuff. And it's like right then you're like, oh, it's not going to go well. Like you just know, you can feel it. So like this year going into it, it's like it is one of those where the anticipation is very, very real. And I hate to leave it on like such a cliffhanger, but I do need to like leave for work. But the good news is we're on regular season schedule now, man. This is Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, 7 a.m. We're rolling, dude.
13 days. 13 days till Rams football kicks off.
Oh, man. There's Stetson Bennett days until Rams football's back.
Stetson Bennett days. There's no other number 13 that's ever been as important as Stetson Bennett. Maybe you got to hang his number in the rafter.
Chris Givens, maybe. That's it. That's all I can think of.
I don't know, man. OBJ had to change his number.
There's at least one Rams fan right now. It's like
just rage baiting right now. But yeah, we are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Honestly, every day of the week, there's going to be content from this man, Sheriff Joe Baggs, or myself. That schedule will be consistently posted. We also have some big announcements coming out soon as well. We'll probably save that for next week. But yeah, we're here all week. We're working hard to be one of your favorite sources of internet football nerddom. So join us, hang out with us more. Love us.
Yes, please. we crave your approval.
We crave it. Crave it.
All right, let's fade into the abyss. Oh man, that's tough, man. I'm not sure what are we gonna list off here? I feel like
we're gonna end on this because currently on Twitter, I will not use their stripper name. I will use Twitter's legal name. It's Twitter. Some other Rams creators. We got a East Coast Rams pod and Blaine Grizak. We're having a conversation about bagels. East Coast Rams pod says butter and cinnamon sugar on a bagel is fire. I took offense to that. I thought East Coasters were pretty sticklers on give me a schmear. Blaine Grizak is a classic bacon, egg, and cheese on everything bagel. Nothing crazy. I'm the schmear guy. Like, just give me a little schmear, man. What about you? How are we starting a bagel morning?
First of all, I'm giving that bagel back. I don't want your bagel. I think bagels are dumb.
What the fuck did a bagel do to you?
I'm not well. We don't need to go into it. No, I was kidding. I would say, like, you know what though? I would rather give me just a good slice of like cinnamon raisin bread with some butter on it. Just lightly toasted. That I would way prefer that than a bagel. I think bagels are. I'm a donut guy, man. I'm a donut guy.
The raisin bread is like. Do you want your Raisin Bran on the side with some cottage cheese too, old man?
Dare try to badmouth Raisin Bran. That's delicious.
I like it, but also, hey man, I'm calling it as I see it. Like, you're a little old, and that's okay. Like, someone's gotta drive us home.
When you're my age, you'll understand. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I want to call out that joke that I'm like what? Like 8 days older than you.
Yeah, not even. Like, yeah. On that note, send us out of here. Send us home, bro. Send us home.
I weigh 42 pounds. I can't finish a bagel. What do you think?
Oh shit! So you upset the bagel. You thought the hot takes on football was gonna get you canceled.
Bagels can go die. Bagels can go die. All right.
It was a dark time in Joe's life.
At Sheriff Joe Bags, you can follow. What's your thing?
For which one? That's too many variations.
Search for First and Tuna, and you'll probably find some stuff. It's everywhere.
It's there for you. Go to Instagram. It's at first.and.tuna. And then everything bounces from there.
Gosh.
Well, when it's without the separation, it looks like one stand tuna, and it looks dumb. So
one stand tuna. Follow him at one stand tuna. All right. That's I gotta go to work. Wednesday morning we'll be back into your lives. We'll be talking about the actual cuts that happened, not our speculation on the situation. So yeah, I guess we'll just fade into the distance.